Hello, Denture YouTube family, and welcome to Danielle's Denture Diaries. I am Danielle, and today I've got more explaining to do. So, first thing you're probably going to notice, I'm not wearing my bottom denture again. For those of you who are new to my channel, I go through phases where I will be wearing it, phases where I won't be wearing it. The main reason why I typically don't wear it for these videos is because by the end of the day, I've been talking with my bottom denture in, and it hurts. It still cuts down through here. I think that I've developed a high enough pain tolerance that I've been wearing it the entire day, but by the end of the day, I'm just so sore, I'm so tired that I just take it out and I move it along. So there's that. The other part is what's kind of going on. So little bit of a story time. In this video, I'm going to discuss a little bit of dentures, but also going to be talking a little bit about my personal life and what's been going on here with me. Just so you guys have a better understanding of why am I there, why am I not there, what's happening here. When I made this video, or these videos, this YouTube channel, I didn't really know what to expect, especially because having dentures is new. I'm working full-time. I have a 3-year-old, and there were even more unforeseen situations that came up as well, and I think you guys deserve to know at least a little bit of it, especially in my absence. At least then you guys can kind of have an understanding of what's happening. So I don't really know where to start. I've been in a relationship for a few years, and it was with the father of my child, and we did end up having him out of wedlock. I know. I already know. I know. The person ended up not being who I thought they were, and come to find out, our visions for what we wanted from each other and in the long game of our lives just didn't align, and there was no really good reason for us to be together anymore. Without going into too much detail, having a child involved, I want to be mindful of that. But things were already not good. Then some things happened that further escalated the situation, and it got to a point where we could no longer live together. And there were even some moments of things that were not even into my control. And it was, to be completely honest, it got kind of scary. This all happened since I started this channel. So the here and there when it comes to whether or not I have internet, my new cell phone that I had to go get, things like that, that was all a part of my adjustments into this new chapter of my life. And in this new chapter, I became a single mom. So it is me and my son, and I'm happy this way. I'm happier this way. And, you know, I ended up even meeting somebody who knows I have dentures and knows about the other situations in my life and has been nothing short of patient, compassionate, and understanding, which for me at this point, that's all I really need, which that's not a tall order, but those are the things that in this phase of my life, those are what are most important to me, along with a few other things, but those being probably the top ones. Especially because I don't fully know what direction I'm going in life other than better. So getting my teeth done, when I did, I think even that kind of helped me through the situation in an odd way. Not to say my teeth had anything to do with it, but me getting them done kind of helped me validate just how strong I am in my own opinion. I don't know how you guys think of yourselves wearing your dentures or making these decisions, but for me, the way I perceive it, and I think I've said this in other videos, is for someone to go out of their way to say, yes, take all my teeth, give me dentures, give me a prosthetic, take away this part of me and replace it with something else, something foreign, something that my body may or may not fully adapt to or accept. To me, that takes another level of human. It takes a humanoid, because you're just okay with the idea that a part of you is going to be man-made. And I don't know, maybe I'm a nerd. I've always liked Transformers, so maybe that's kind of a part of it. But it's helped me solidify that. And something that, again, without saying too much detail, but the fear of settling and being complacent because you don't know the devil you don't know. I don't know if that just now made sense to you, but being in a position where you're very vulnerable, you get your teeth removed, and I'm talking about me, by the way, I'm not talking about you, but you get your teeth removed and you start to wonder, like, okay, well, the last person that I just dated or that I was with, and they know about this situation, and I'm now running the risk that this next person I talk to, or another person, if someone ever even comes along, what if they don't accept it? Well, I kind of threw myself into that situation, and it crossed my mind, like I had a lot of self-doubt. But once it was done, I would rather be alone anyway than go back to that and be in that situation again, to feel that way or to ever be told something like that, to think that whether or not I have dentures, my hair extensions that I'll wear sometimes. I'm not right now because I'm still growing my hair out, thank God. But whether or not I'm wearing my makeup or not, I mean, those are all things I can take in and out as I please. But to have someone really dictate my value and say, oh, if you don't have your teeth, good luck finding someone better than me. Okay, I'll stay by myself then, and I'm okay with that. Bye. I don't know. That's kind of where I went. But like I said, I lucked out and met someone who was so kind and the least judgmental person I'd ever met. So that being said, it all put me in a position where I had to get a new cell phone. I had to figure out internet service. Apparently I had to have both a modem and a router and all these different things. So getting a security system installed on my house. I had to keep refiguring out my work hours to my son's daycare hours, having a nanny, not having a nanny, people trying to kind of help in the situation as best they could, and finally it feels like the dust is starting to settle. I feel like I'm finally getting to a point where I'm creating that next chapter of who I am. I feel like I'm finally stepping out of that part in life where everything's uncertain and everything is sensitive and everything hurts. And I'm now kind of at a point where I walk around my house without my teeth in, and I'm okay. I'm comfortable, actually. And I tell myself that that's okay. I don't always have to wear my teeth, but when I wear them, it's beautiful either way. Eating food, that needs to be more of a priority than practicing eating with my teeth in. I want to do both, but which one's the most important to me? I need to eat. Things like that. So that's where I am now with life, is figuring those things out. And with the holidays, I'm sure you guys all have your family gatherings and everything. For me, my holiday season was more sitting in the moment and feeling everything I needed to feel, which for me, this year being a single mom, it was all about, for one, was having holidays where it didn't feel like there was a constant anxiety of waiting for the other foot to drop, or that dynamite was going to be stuck under everything that I planned. And it was overcoming those realizations, those triggers. It was about me making plans, putting up my tree and everything else, and having it finally be peaceful and just be the way I wanted, and not have a Grinch take it away, or have false intentions, I guess. So I did a lot of that, and I also did a lot of sitting and feeling how I wanted to feel and letting those emotions go through me. And those emotions consisted of things like, I can smile in these pictures, and I can smile in videos, and it's all because I had my teeth taken out. And there's that bittersweet double-edged sword of, yeah, I don't have teeth, but look at all the things I can do. Look at what I have now. And look at all these memories and these pictures. And being a single mom, going through the holidays, there were definitely certain moments that I felt guilty for making the decisions that I've made. And at the same time, knowing that it was for the better of my family, me and my son. And something I've meditated on and thought about was, things at work for me are very clear. At least for me. You go to work, you're there for a reason, you're there to meet some kind of a goal by the end of the day or that week, and you get it done. That's success. You measure your success, and that's whether or not you keep your job, and that's whether or not you get your bonus or your pay raise, your promotion, or whatever it is, right? That's generally a job. And for anyone who has been promoted, been in a leadership role, what's one of the biggest things in being a leader? That you have to cross that road. And people either buckle and they fall and they're not built for it, or they are resilient and they push forward because they can do it. What is that one thing that makes and breaks a leader? Sacrifice, decisions, decision making, being able to make that tough call that you know that the team working for you or under you or with you, they are not all, if any, going to like what you have to say. But you say it, why? Because you have a purpose behind it. You see the bigger picture, you see the bigger vision. You saw a need, and it's time to fulfill. So I took that concept because I'm in a management role, and with my team it comes, accountability across the board, back and forth, on me, on them, on us, on each other. And, sometimes we all like hearing the things we had to say, sometimes we don't, but it had to be said, right? And when I think about my home life and being a mom, and granted, my son's a 3-year-old, but I made a decision that he, to some extent, does not like. And it's normal. It's a normal reaction to a change in his environment and things he's had since how long, But I made that decision as the leader of my house, as the leader of my family. And it was because I see a bigger picture. I see something better. And it's not going to be easy to get there. But I know that once me and my son are there, it will have been worth it. And at the end of the day, it's going to help him thrive. So he's uncomfortable now. I'm uncomfortable. No one goes into life stating, yes, give me all of the struggle, give me all of the hardship. I love it. I live for it. Some people probably, but I don't know. But for me, I didn't ask for this, having a kid, and I'm the kind of person that I'm a grandma at heart, I feel. I was never really a go out kind of person. I wasn't popular. If anything, I was bullied. 'Cause I was the kind of person that in the cafeteria, I would sit with my handful of friends. I would make the most random off the wall noises to make them giggle. And I didn't care who saw or who knew it was me that made the noise. I made my friend laugh. And that was what was important to me. I did cheerleading and things like that, things that had to do with athleticism, which eventually led me to being in a gym atmosphere to work. But my point is that there's a lot of internal change happening here. And part of that is realizing what is most important. And one of the things is not only being a mom, it's not only focusing on my job, but it's focusing on things like this, because this is where I can put something else out into the world that, whether or not people hear me doesn't really matter. The point is that I'm speaking and I'm using my voice and I'm talking to something that I care about, I'm passionate about. And I can sit here and talk all day long. I've already been on here for about 20 minutes. I can keep talking, and as long as you're listening, cool. And if you're not, shut it off. But that's where I'm kind of at in life. Sorry for the really long tangent. Long-winded answer. Where have you been? What are you doing? I've been pretty good. Otherwise, like I said, I put my head down and I've just been focused. I really want to work at being more regular, making my videos, continuing to work at being regular. I even debated on bringing my laptop into work to do a video during my lunch break, but being that I work in a gym setting, it's January. I think you guys see where I'm going. But it's not all about that personal life. Some other things that I can kind of update you on are my dentures. So, like I said, with my bottom denture, I still never got the adjustment. I've been busy with the holidays and everything else that I've already said, but the cutting right here, it keeps getting reopened. And just when I start to think I'm starting to get used to it, I'm going to get over it, it's going to be okay, it feels like it gets ripped back open again. And it hurts. I've been able to chew bite into hot dogs and chew them. Granted, the bread will go down and in right here, and it sits. And I don't care how much I try to use my tongue and even my nail, I could never get it out. Finally, I took my bottom denture out and I was like, whatever, I'm done. I'm hungry. That's how I get when I'm hungry. I've also practiced biting into and chewing chicken nuggets. Just the Dino Nugget Buddies from Target. They're in a yellow box. My son eats them, so don't judge me. I tried it, and they're delicious, just so you know. And that's been going pretty good. So far, I can only chew on my right side, and that's because if I do try to chew on my left side, that's a lot of pain. And like I said, it's not worth the practicing eating with a denture versus the fact that I need to be eating and taking in food. Which, by the way, I've managed to gain back and get myself to 112 pounds again. So, it's a win. It's a win. And part of that was also due to protein shakes. So, this is what I've been drinking. I'm literally empty now. There's maybe a third of a scoop in there, but the scoop in here is ridiculous, guys. It's freaking huge. It's 51 grams of protein, I think. But the scoop, I don't know if you guys... So for those of you who use protein, a scoop is... You get the idea. This thing, like, that's a measuring cup. Guys, like, that is wicked. But it's good. It tastes good. It did the job, which was the point. And like I said, I'm not doing it for taste anymore. At this point, it's about sustenance and nutrition, and trying to stop myself from losing weight while having dentures and overcoming that mental exhaustion of eating and being in pain and everything else. But so I've been doing that. I've also gotten this. This is also from Target. I'm going to start drinking this and see how this does. I got 2 of them because they're only $20 each. That big one, the Dynamex, it was like $50. So I'm going to try something cheaper. And it has half the protein in it. It's about 25 grams of protein per scoop. But I'm going to see if it can't just do the job. So something cheaper, get it off the shelf. No extra trip to GNC. I got the chocolate, and then I also have the vanilla, and I've been putting it in milk. I refuse to drink protein in water. I did it one time and it was a mistake. It was the worst thing ever. So doing that. I think in my last video I mentioned that I went to Buca di Beppo. It's my favorite restaurant ever. If you guys have one near you, I strongly recommend it, especially for my denture wearers, because it's pasta. It's Italian. And get the manicotti. If you can handle it, get the small serving of manicotti and eat it to yourself. You will not regret it. Because that's what I did, and I don't regret it. So that's what's been going on there. And something else that came up recently, I'm about to hit 25 minutes now, but whatever, is mask mandates where I am at are seeming to come back around a corner again. So I know there's mixed feelings about that. For where I am, the cities have to wear masks. and the surrounding counties, people that are staff, team members in a public business or setting, they have to wear the mask, but a customer does not. So I've been wearing a mask at work again, which the first time around was interesting because that was before I had my teeth pulled. So for me, wearing a mask was a great fallback. It didn't matter how bad my teeth looked anymore. I could talk, I could laugh, and granted, if that front tooth of mine came out, it hit the mask and I'd have to catch it under my mask and like hide it or whatever. That was a whole thing. But now that I have my smile, my fangs, it's not that it's depressing, it's just interesting because I can wear the mask. I don't mind. I don't mind. It's the fact that I can comfortably take the mask down and breathe and smile if someone's walking by or whatever. And I just remember how the first time around with the masks, I felt like I had to have it. And I was excited even to wear it, and now I can't, doesn't matter. It's all good. So I thought that was interesting. But yeah, and then last thing I'm going to talk about now. So my son's daycare is under a church. Like my son's daycare is on the first floor, and then the church is above that. They sublease the building, I guess. So I get my son, and we had to go upstairs, and I was walking past this group of people from the church that were just standing around talking, minding their own business. And it was so interesting to hear these people were asking this gentleman what it was like to be put under, what it was like to have the teeth removed, what it was like to wake up to new teeth, and how great he must feel. And the way that he was reacting or not reacting almost made me want to say something and be like, hey, I have dentures. Like, yeah, it's great. It's awesome. Because it wasn't because he was older that I wanted to say something. It was the fact that I feel like reading his body language and the tone of his voice, and maybe he's just a soft-spoken person. Maybe I'm just being sensitive here, so take this story for what you will. But something about it just made me want to say, like, hey, like, you're not alone. And this is a lot more common than you think. Heck, I wouldn't even be surprised if one of those people are wearing dentures and they just don't want to say anything. But good for you for getting it done. And I ended up not saying anything because an even bigger voice said, mind your business. So, okay. But I just thought it was interesting hearing that story, or hearing that conversation as I was walking by. So, anyway, so that's what I got for right now. I'm going to continue to watch my channel for comments and questions that come up. Anything you guys need, just let me know. Any topics you want me to cover, or thoughts, opinions, feelings, just let me know in the comments below. If you like seeing videos like this one, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you later.